All right, here we are out at the property. You can see the culverts up above my head. A lot has changed. We actually ended up taking out more trees, but we figured it'd be better to just take them out now rather than wait and have to, you know, rent another skid loader or backhoe or something and take them out later. So we can always plant more trees. Most of the trees were just little trees anyway, besides the big dead ones. But yeah, it's starting to look really great. Straight ahead, you can kind of see a clearing past those pine trees, and that is actually where we're going to be building our house. I'll show you more once we're closer. But yeah, it's going to be quite a long lane, but I think it's going to be beautiful. I can't wait. As you can see, the lane is going to come up like this, and it's going to curve to the right. But yeah, oh, it's so pretty in the evenings. I just love all the trees. So fun. So yeah, the lane is gonna go up and around and through these trees. And then up here, you can kind of see how there's trees in the middle. It's gonna split. So going off to the left is gonna be where our house is gonna be, and off to the right, Josiah's planning to build some sort of a shop or shed out back someday. So, okay, and this is the clearing, but this is where our house is gonna go. It's gonna go right along here, like pretty much where I'm standing almost. But I just love this tree right here. I forget the name of it, but I think we might have to take it down because it might be in the way of the house, which is really sad. But honestly, Elton and I would like to ride along with Josiah, but he said it's really bumpy doing dirt work, and there actually isn't a second seat. So every time, sorry, it's so sunny. Every time we ride with him, I sit on like the side, and it's not comfortable. There's no seat. Anyway, here's Joe. It's actually cleared out a lot more trees over here. And this is the end of another day working out at the property. Well, I wasn't working out at the property, but Josiah was. Hopefully I can get out here and help Josiah again one of these days when there's actually something for me to do. So.
All right, so here I stand in the, off to the side of the front yard. So I'm just wrapping up, digging up and removing the trees everywhere. I've done some dirt work here. As you can see, I've kind of starting there all the way up the hill. I've scraped off the topsoil, which I have in a pile here. So the plan for this portion of the property is, you can kind of see just this relatively straight cut into the hill along this portion. It's going to be cut straight back about 60 feet to allow for a flat area in the front of the house for sidewalk and driveway, and then just a little bit of room on the back side of the house for installing and removing the concrete forms. I don't want to be right up against the dirt wall. So on the hill here, I took a transit, shot the slope up this hill behind me where the house is going to sit. The slope is 1 foot of rise every 10 feet back into the hill. So if I need 60 feet, which I do for the house building site, that means on the back wall of the house, the dirt's approximately going to be 6 foot up. So I need to make sure I account for that in the design of the blueprints, so I can get things all put in place and ready to go for estimating and application for a building permit. I kind of want to put a flat area behind the house, but I'm not sure if the dirt will allow for it. So the house is going to extend from maybe 10 feet off that tree there, and it'll end about maybe about right here, 96 feet long and only 45 feet deep, so a little bit longer than it is deep. So I'm just kind of clearing this area out over here. So I was just discussing the hill off to the back here, and I'm on the other side of the front yard where the driveway comes in, right there. So actually these 3 trees back here, there's going to be a circle driveway going around them, and and then the driveway's gonna come up here, going to the house. So anyways, the lane is about 450 to 500 feet long, and I have 5 culverts to bury in that lane, and I need dirt for the approach off the main road. So I need a lot of dirt, and digging out the house, I don't know that I'll have a whole lot left over. I think I'll have some, but I need more dirt. So what I've done is I've cleared out this area here. So there's obviously a kind of a, not a ditch or a gully, but a drainage area right through the middle of these 2 cleared areas. So my plan is I have a culvert. So if I end up putting, I'm gonna cut into that hill, create a flat area over there for potential storage, building site for a shop or something. So, and harvest the dirt for covering those culverts and doing the approach. So same thing on this side. This is gonna be a bit bigger of a flat area that I'm gonna carve into the side of the hill, and then just a sharp berm up along the back there, and then coming up the side. So I'm just gonna throw brome down, so I'm not gonna plan on mowing it or anything, so it can be pretty steep, but I'm gonna be harvesting a lot of dirt from back here. That's primarily where my dirt is gonna come from.
It's looking good. So Joe was saying he's gonna use most of this dirt to build up the rest of the lane. So most of it will be gone. That pile's gonna stay there though, because that's topsoil. But yeah, it's looking great.
I just wanted to give you an update on kind of the dirt work that I've been doing. I've had the backhoe, a backhoe rental for about a month now, so just going day by day, getting work done. So right here, obviously not the finished grade necessarily, but this is the lane off the road there. It's about 300 feet long, built up at least 2 feet the whole way. Back there at the road, it's much more than 2 feet. So then the lane comes down and comes and makes a nice corner. And here I've had to install it's a 42-inch culvert, because there's a lot of water that goes through this ditch here. And today, actually, primarily, I've been burying it. And it's kind of what I've been doing all day. So approximately a day's worth of work is just moving this much dirt. So since the house is about 500 feet from the road, that makes for a really long sewer run, because the sewer is in the street on the front of the property. And for me, I've already built up the lane about 2 feet, and I would need to go up another 2 feet if I were to run the sewer line from the street to my house on my own. Also, this big 42-inch culvert I put in here is for this ditch, and I would need to run the sewer line up way far on one side of the ditch and then across in order to get the sewer line deep enough under the ground. So kind of ran into a problem there, worked with the city of Blair, and we came to a solution. So to help me out and actually help out that neighbor and a potential neighbor to the northwest of me, because they all have to run the septic line to this street up here as well. The city is going to, well, they're going to have a council meeting, and it's proposed that the city runs a city main from there up until about this corner. So about 300 feet the city runs, and I give them easement up my lane, and they pay for the install. And then they charge myself, the neighbor directly to the west and the neighbor to the northwest. Basically, they divide the cost of the septic install by 3, so that we each pay an equal amount. So I'm not paying for all that. And since the city's going to run a city main, it's a much larger pipe, and the slope doesn't have to be as severe. So actually, instead of being right on top of the ground, if I ran my 4-inch pipe to my house, it's going to be 5 feet deep at this point. So plenty deep to shoot across the gully and collect the sewage from the house. So that's a blessing. This took a little while to figure it out, and a lot of phone calls, and I think we got it figured out though. All right, so here we have kind of a miniature pile compared to what was here. The pile did stretch all the way along the edge of the grass and kind of run all the way up to there. And I've just been chiseling away at it. What I've done is dug out the site for the house. It's about 60 feet deep and 130 feet wide. So the house is going to be built back into this hill here, and it's not completely straight on the back. There are some, I don't know, some inside and outside corners, so there's going to be quite a bit of backfill to be done. So my plan is, once I pour the foundation walls, to use the dirt from grading off that back hill for backfill, and also I have a smaller pile here that I'm going to be using. So this corner here, we haven't really figured out what exactly what we're going to do to kind of ease the pain, ease the slope of the end here, because I think it's too steep to drive a lawnmower on, and I don't necessarily want to build retaining walls, so I might be able to do a little more finished grading there. But yeah, this is a rough level. I'm going to use a skid loader to kind of get things more precise, but this is where the house will sit, and you can kind of see through the trees there. There's where the lane comes off the road, so you will see the house a little bit from the road there. And the lane comes up there, takes that corner, goes behind those trees, and pops out right between there. So this last month has been a lot of time in the backhoe. It took me about 2 weeks to clear all the trees and remove the topsoil off this hill back here. And then the next 2 weeks have just been kind of digging and excavating, and then relocating that dirt along the lane, covering up culverts. So it's just been a lot of time in the backhoe. Thank you for watching this YouTube channel today. If you are interested in experiencing a house build with my wife and I, please subscribe. My wife is relatively diligent about posting videos as we go along, so she will keep you updated on the happenings here at the property.